Welcome to Manager League Editor Training. Today we're going to go over just some basic features of the new editor. So if you want to take a look, here is a basic demo homepage for us. As you can see, we are logged into the editor. If you haven't gotten here already, you would go through Communication, Website, then Web Editor. So now that we're here in our web editor, you'll see we have a couple things up here. We have this top black bar. This is just our basic menu bar. You're going to see we have our content menu here where you can go content to pages, design, plugins, different things like that. We have this published button and this drop down here. And then we have settings and preview over in the corner. The main things to focus on here are going to be the content and the published button. This first off, the content is where you're going to edit and view your content. This pages button is where you're going to go and add pages. These are the two most important items in that drop-down menu. So what you're going to see when you click on pages, you're going to come here. You'll have a list of all your pages, including ones that aren't visible. So if we take a look and we click on our home page here, you'll see that we have the title of the page, the URL path, whether it's visible or not, and then the layout. There's a couple layouts that are available. Home is going to be your standard layout. Main.php is one that'll go across all leagues, and you can edit the modules that are located in the side panel. And then you have one that has a right column panel with a couple modules already pre-assigned. For right now, we're working on the home page, so we'll leave it at home. In here, you'll see you have edit content, so you can go and edit that page, as well as you can save any changes that you've done in here. So if we don't want this page to be visible, we can unclick visible and click save. Now, if we want to add a page, we can go ahead and add our page here. I'm going to click add, and I'm going to just call it new page for now. And you'll see that we do want this visible. The position is where we're going to want it in the menu. Bottom means all the way at the end of the menu. Top means all the way at the top of the menu. We can also, if we want, have it as a child of selected, meaning that it's now going to be in a drop-down menu below this home page item. So right now we're just going to add the new page to the bottom of the list. You'll see that new page is here. It gives us all of our options in here as well, and right now we do have it set to visible. So right now I'm going to edit the content. When you look here, you'll see new page is up in our menu, and now we're on our new page. Now this editor is drag and droppable, so everything from the top here can be dragged down, as well as any items that are in here can be rearranged by dragging. Right now, as you can see, I'm going to go back to this page option. We have chosen the template for us as main.php. Again, you can choose right column, home. Right now we're going to look at main.php. So main.php, we already have some preset modules that are here. So every page that uses main.php will have these modules on them. So you can use it across all your pages. So what you'll see here is we have a couple of our modules, and you'll see that right now they're currently in edit mode. That brings us to our button up here, which is where it says preview, or it'll also say edit as well. Right now we're in edit mode, so that's why it says to preview. To go to preview mode, you would click on it, and this will show you what the page would look like in live. You can see all of our modules on the side. We have our division module, our standings modules, weather, scores, schedule, upcoming events, and then our calendar module. This is our messages module as well, very similar to the messages bar that was in the old editor. So now we want to go back to editing this page. We're going to click on edit, and we'll be back to where we were before. So now everything above here is drag and droppable. So we have a heading, a text, a divider, an image, gallery, file, HTML block, video, map, and a form. So a standard page, we may want to add a heading here. As you can see, there's a blue bar letting me know where I'm going to drop this. So I drop a heading, and I can type in whatever I like. So now I have this header that says welcome to your new page. You can also change the size. That's the largest header, H1. You have H2 and H3. So in H1, we're going to leave that as our header for right now. Say we want some text underneath it. I'm going to drag and see how the blue bar comes up underneath that header. I'm just going to drop that item there, and now they're attached together. And I'm just going to put in some test text and go from there. So this would be how you would add most of your pages, add content in this text editor. You will see that we'll get this box that will pop up. You may need to refresh your page sometimes when you drop the text editor in there so that it will load up this box for you. But what you'll see is you can do a couple options here. You can bold, italics, do all those changes. You can change your justification, right, left, center. You can do it, in text blocks by highlighting it. You can change formats. There's 3 formats here right now. Quote is like kind of a larger, like almost a heading / quote. You can see it gets bigger, adds a little style to it, kind of makes it a little pop out a little bit more than just plain text. Then we also have, you can clear the formatting. So anything you've done, you can basically wipe clean. You can also add a table. So if we wanted to add a table in here, we can say I want a 3 column and I want it 4 high. Now we have this table. We can also edit these table properties. So if we want a border, say, oh, I want a 1 pixel border, you put 1 in here, and now you have a border. So this is just a basic text editor, very similar to what you would use in Microsoft Word. You have inserting a hyperlink. You can highlight text and add a hyperlink here, as well as you can do a numbered list or a bulleted list. There's also things like subscript, text color, and background color. If you want to add a divider between, again, you can do the same thing. You can drop a divider between these 2 items, and now you'll have a divider between your 2 items, and it kind of separates the text boxes out. You can also drop in images. Once you drop in the images, you will also then get your file repository where you can choose an image or you can add a new one from your system. Right now we're not going to add an image. You also have, you can add files, you can put a photo gallery in. If you have some HTML code that you want to put in, you can drop that in as well. Or you can also put in a video. Videos, you can simply type in the YouTube URL if you load it up to YouTube or any video site, and it'll automatically put that video into your web page. Now we have our modules. As you can see, we have these modules on the side of the page. Those are located in the MYL system under MYL module. So if we wanted to add an MYL system module here, we could drag it in, say we want to put it right here in the middle. Now we choose which module we want to use. We have a bunch of modules here. We'll go into these more depth with some more information later, but pretty similar to the modules that are in the old editor. You have, your standings, your registration, scoreboard, donations, events, league selection. But say we want to put in a calendar module here, calendar of events. We can hit confirm, and now you'll see that the calendar is here. And when we go to preview, it'll load that module up. We have 2 calendar modules in there right now, so it didn't load that up. But you can see that once you do preview, now you actually see your modules, as I said before. These will all come in here. You want to make sure you only have 1 type of module per page. You don't want to have duplicates of the same module, or else, like I said, you'd have an issue loading the module. The data kind of clashes with one another. So the other things, like I said, you have video, you have the MYL modules, you have a slider. A slider is just an image slider. A lot of home pages like to use that. But the big thing is now that we say this is the way we want our page to be, we just want to go in and then click the publish button. So up here, it'll be yellow once you've made some changes. It won't go live until you click publish. If you don't want to make it live, you just kind of want to save what you did and maybe go back to it tomorrow, you can click save here. It'll save that revision, and then what you can do is come back to it later and make your changes. Now let's say we finished. We're going to come here and edit our revision, and we want to just finish up. We're here the next day. You hit type in test. Now we want to publish it. We publish it. Now this is live on our site. So currently this page is published. It is now live, so all your clients and customers can see. So when we do finally go to the edit style page, you'll see that all this items is here and it is published. The other things you can see is something like the home page. When you want to edit, you may want to put things side by side, like the scheduling and standings module. You also have the sponsors. Again, you would just want to put right where the blue box is, you want to drag down and put in an item. If you want it a little bit smaller or wider, you can actually drag that blue box in between and make your items smaller and wider. If you have any other questions or anything else, please feel free to email websupport@managerleague.com, and thank you very much.